Hi everyone. I'm moaning today because I'm quite frustrated with the way in which some of my clients are sort of having these insolvency related issues. One in particular, where we're just in the process of archiving the file, brought back some sort of sensitive memories. And the facts of the case were that the company, that there was a director of a company, had assets of about £6,000 worth of tangibles, and there was a director's loan account of just under £60,000. And the liquidator was writing to my client, who I was representing, requesting the payment of, he'd sold the motor vehicle and realised the money for that, and he was writing to the director to obviously realise the director's loan account. So we put together an offer. We wrote several times to the insolvency practitioner and said, my client's personal circumstances are, number one, he lives in rented accommodation. Number two, he's divorced about 11 years ago. He's got a motor vehicle personally that's worth £2,500. Anyway, we did the whole due diligence around my client's personal circumstances. Anyway, cutting a long story short, probably about 30 emails went to and fro from myself to the insolvency practitioner, and 2 years went past because somebody else that was dealing with it at their office had left, and then another administrator took over. So a lot of time was wasted. But the nuts and bolts of it were that they rejected the offer. My client had quite adequately made an offer of it was £1,000 a month for 3 years in relation to the director's loan account. He'd also said that he'd pay it for 4 years. He also offered 5 years, and there was just no movement on the insolvency practitioner's part. So anyway, this went on. The insolvency practitioner then instructed solicitors. The solicitors took probably about 14 months to write, again, several aggressive letters to my client. We sent the copy of the whole file to the solicitors saying, look, we've done this all before. He hasn't got any money. We want to make a contribution. This is what it is. He hasn't got, I think it was just under £60,000 in one go. We will make, an offer at £1,000 a month for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever is acceptable to you. Anyway, even this wasn't accepted. And after about 14 months, they issued bankruptcy proceedings against him, and he went bankrupt. The official receiver was appointed. The official receiver did his due diligence, realised that there isn't any money in the estate for him to do an income payments agreement. And, my client's now discharged from bankruptcy, and he hasn't paid anything, which I don't quite understand. Should it not have been the case that the insolvency practitioner should have done a deal with the director for his director's loan account? Isn't it better to have £1,000 a month over 5 years? Because that's almost the debt in relation to the director's loan account paid in full, But yeah, I don't understand where the commerciality of the whole transaction is. I really don't.